Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. General Hospital spoilers. Willow snaps over Drew's broken promise. Judge Heran's death triggers revenge attack? General Hospital, GH spoilers hint that Willow Tate, Caitlin McMullen, may snap over Drew Kane's, Cameron Matheson, broken promise. Will Judge Eva Heran's, Tessa Aubergenois, death trigger a hostile meltdown? The writing's on the wall when it comes to someone trying to kill Drew soon. Other characters are threatening Drew left and right, so everything's coming together for the whodunit that's been building for a while now. At the moment, Willow is one of the few people in Port Charles who wants Drew alive. That's because Willow has decided Drew is her only option when it comes to getting her children back, but she may not feel that way for much longer. Willow absolutely needs to be on the suspect list if someone's going to try and wipe Drew off the map. It would be silly to leave Willow out of any mystery story that might be brewing, so she needs a reason to turn against Drew again. Maybe Judge Heran's sudden demise could tie in with that. Now that Judge Heran has been found floating in the water, she obviously can't be questioned or offer any confirmation on the bribe she accepted. Drew has zero evidence that Judge Heran got this bribe at all. The only thing Drew has to go on right now is the intel he received from Marco Rios, Adrian Anchondo, but Sidwell may take steps to sabotage any investigation into Judge Heran's financial info. Drew has been acting like he can get a new judge that's more favorable, but wouldn't he have done that the first time around if he actually could? Whether Willow believes Sonny Corinthos, Maurice Bernard, is behind any bribery scheme or not, she may worry Drew won't be able to prove anything and the next judge won't rule in her favor either. Plus, Michael Corinthos, Rory Gibson, was riled up enough to talk about pushing back the visitation hearing indefinitely after Drew's latest threats. Willow may soon blame Drew for getting Judge Heran killed and fly off the handle over this visitation hearing that's constantly getting stalled. Drew will be full of broken promises for the umpteenth time, so it's easy to see how Willow might be driven over the edge. Willow could certainly join the suspect pool once the whodunit gets underway, so stay tuned for updates on any shocking Drew news to come. Cameron Matheson recently claimed on Instagram that he wasn't leaving the show, so Drew may survive the upcoming attempt on his life. However, GH writers could still get a lot of drama out of someone trying to eliminate Drew for good. Willow Tate is about to face one of the most heartbreaking and emotionally charged moments in her life as General Hospital prepares for an explosive new chapter. After months of strained relationships, hidden truths, and lingering betrayals, Drew Kane's broken promise to Willow is about to push her to the edge. With the tragic death of Judge Heran hanging in the balance, can Willow truly overcome the ultimate betrayal, or will her grief lead her down a path of revenge? The build-up. Willow's journey has been a roller coaster ride of emotions. From her battle with leukemia to the shocking revelations about her biological family, she's had no shortage of personal turmoil. But Drew's betrayal hits her harder than anything she's faced before. Over the course of their relationship, Drew had promised Willow he would protect her and her family at all costs. This vow was something that Willow clung to in her darkest moments, seeing Drew not just as a partner, but as her rock in a chaotic world. But promises, as we know, aren't always as unbreakable as they seem. Drew's involvement in a recent legal situation with the Quartermaines and the impending drama surrounding the mysterious death of Judge Heran shattered the trust Willow had placed in him. The judge's death, initially thought to be a tragic accident, is revealed to have been anything but. Now, it seems as though Drew, along with several others, may have played a part in a web of corruption that is far more complicated than anyone anticipated. Drew's broken promise. Willow had every right to believe in Drew, especially after all the obstacles they'd overcome together. But the truth about the Judge Heran case is devastating. Drew had assured her that his hands were clean, that his actions would not harm anyone, and that he was going to work towards justice for all involved. Yet, as the pieces of the puzzle fall into place, Willow uncovers that Drew, despite his claims, is tangled in a web of deceit, lies, and half-truths. The crux of Willow's heartbreak lies in Drew's inability to come clean, not just about the case but about his past decisions and involvement in a system that has hurt so many people. The betrayal doesn't stem from a single moment but from a pattern of broken trust. She realizes that Drew's decisions weren't motivated by protection, but by his own complex allegiances, leaving Willow feeling like an afterthought in his actions. As her anger and hurt simmer to a boil, Willow finds herself in an agonizing position. The man she trusted has caused her pain in the worst way possible, and she can't even begin to fathom the magnitude of his betrayal. The promise of love, loyalty, and protection has all come crashing down, and Willow is left wondering who she can trust in the world of deceit. The catalyst for revenge. The death of Judge Heran is the game changer. What appeared to be a tragic event takes on much darker undertones as the truth begins to emerge. Judge Heran had been involved in overseeing several key cases, including high-profile ones involving the Quatermains and the Cassadines. His death doesn't seem accidental at all. In fact, it's a strategic move in a much larger scheme that Drew may have unwittingly or knowingly been a part of. As details emerge about the judge's involvement in shady dealings, it becomes clear that his death was far from a random act of violence. It was targeted. With Drew's involvement in some of those cases, Willow begins to wonder if his loyalty to her was ever genuine or if he was simply caught up in a more dangerous game. In her heart, she can't shake the feeling that Drew is responsible for pushing Willow into a world that she wasn't prepared for. Heran's death acts as the trigger Willow desperately needs. When it becomes clear that Drew may have known more than he let on, Willow's initial grief transforms into a seething need for revenge. The broken promise ignites a fury in her that she never thought possible. She's a mother, a wife, and a woman who's endured far too much pain to let this betrayal slide. Her pain turns into action, and the promise of a quiet life she had once envisioned with Drew seems more distant with every passing moment. Willow's dark transformation. As Willow begins to wrestle with her emotions, the viewers will witness a significant transformation. No longer the gentle, forgiving figure she once was, Willow becomes a force to be reckoned with. She's no longer willing to let Drew's actions slide under the guise of protecting her or doing the right thing. The mask of serenity she's worn to cope with the chaos that has surrounded her is slipping, revealing a woman who has been pushed to her breaking point. Revenge begins to take root in Willow's mind, and she finds herself looking for ways to make those responsible for Heran's death pay. She begins to question every move Drew has made and doubts his motivations. Is he truly trying to protect her, or is he working for his own gain? With the investigation into Heran's death ongoing, Willow's pursuit of justice, or revenge, becomes more intense. She might even go as far as to seek out her own form of justice, planning to take matters into her own hands, despite the consequences. Her transformation into a woman who will stop at nothing to right the wrongs done to her will undoubtedly lead to more intense drama. It's clear that Willow's actions won't be easily forgiven, and she'll make sure that Drew and others who were involved in the judge's death understand the depth of her anger. But in doing so, Willow risks losing her humanity and sinking into a place she may never be able to return from. The fallout. The fallout from Willow's actions will be nothing short of explosive. Drew, who thought he could control the situation with his charm and assurances, will find that Willow's wrath is more than he bargained for. Their relationship, which had already been rocky, might be irreparably damaged. As Willow fights for what she believes to be justice, her actions could put her at odds with her family, friends, and the very people she's tried to protect. The legal consequences of the judge's death will bring even more chaos to Port Charles, with Willow possibly finding herself caught between the law and her own sense of moral duty. The tangled web of alliances, lies, and cover-ups may lead to even darker twists, especially as the investigation into Judge Heran's death continues to unfold. Will Willow's path of revenge destroy her? The big question now is, will Willow's thirst for revenge destroy her, or will she find a way to heal and rebuild her trust in those she loves? The stakes are higher than ever, and as the drama intensifies, it's clear that Willow will have to confront the darkest parts of herself to survive what lies ahead. Will she regain the strength to forgive Drew and move forward, or will this broken promise mark the end of their relationship? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain. Willow Tate is no longer the woman she once was. She is ready to take on anyone who stands in the way of her quest for justice. And with the death of Judge Heran at the heart of this looming storm, the consequences will be far-reaching for all involved.